G'day everyone, welcome back for another episode. This episode we're going to do the review on the Darche 270 Eclipse awning. I'll take you through the setup, pack down, some tips that I've learnt over the last 2 years that I've had this awning for. So anyone who's in the market for a 270 degree awning, hopefully this is valuable to you and maybe gives you some insights as to what you should be considering before parting with your hard-earned cash. So let's get stuck into it. Okay guys, so here we go. Let's undo the zips. As with any awning, look, the zips themselves, I've never had really any problems with it at all. So it's just the 3 standard Velcro straps to undo, and your awning will roll down like that. Then it's simply pull this one out, then you've got your front one around here. Pull that out and around the front. You'll see here typically I've got the straps already set up. Just saves time. And that's it. That's up. Alright, so that's it guys. If you've just pull up the roadside, that would have taken less than a minute. No need to peg it down from here. You know, an average wind is perfectly fine. I have found when I originally had this, when it was just mounted on the factory brackets onto a roof rack, I was a bit more nervous and it felt a little bit more susceptible to winds. But since having it mounted to the rooftop tent, it's a hell of a lot sturdier, and I find that I've got a lot more peace of mind not pegging it down or laying out the legs. So as you can see, yeah, plenty of shade. You know, I've got no negative I guess feedback on this. I've had it through the rain. I've got the 3 walls, the full wall kit to go around. I've never put up all 3 walls. I've put wall 1 up, which goes from the front all the way around to basically in front of me there, which covers basically 3/4 of underneath here. The second wall then attaches, goes around to the back, other side of the back, and then the third wall is a very small piece which just finishes it off. Now wall 1 does have a door cut into it, so if you want to put all 3 walls up, it really does enclose this whole area, protect you from the elements really well, and we have utilized it for that. Even just with the 2 walls up, was fantastic. We've had no leakage through here whatsoever, and we have had it up in some good rain. And look, we've had the 4 of us and one child in under here overnight when it was really heavy rain, and there was plenty of room to keep dry, stretch out, have drinks, be social without feeling cramped in and uncomfortable and unpleasant. So the overall protected undercover area once the walls are up is you know, really impressive with this unit. Since I've had it, you know, I originally was setting it up as per all the instructions, putting down the legs, roping it down, but really I find now that since, like I said, once it's been attached to the rooftop tent, I don't need to. Like I said, I've not had any issues with the wind or felt like it was going to catch up and take off. Now, that being said, in the strong winds, I certainly do have a plan on how I now rope this down. So even if I pull up and overnight and I just want a peace of mind in case the wind gets up overnight, I I still don't put the poles down any longer. I find that the biggest risk is for the wind getting underneath it and blowing it up. So what I do is I do rope it down, but I don't put the poles down. And with the ropes, I'll show you in a second, I actually have the ropes permanently fitted now. So when I set up like this, the ropes just sit up on top. And then the moment, if in a hurry I needed to peg it down, it would take me 30 seconds to get a peg, whack it down and rope that down. So again, I've changed the locations of where I actually rope it down when I'm set up now. I used to have the ropes run off each of the cross beams, which is where they recommend. And then there would also be a second, I guess, tie down points in between the runners to allow the water to run off. So I use that and those points only now. So realistically, it reduces the amount of time to peg down. It's half as many ropes, half as many pegs, half as much time, but it does exactly the same job, same outcome. So for me, if you're gonna go to the trouble of pegging it down and running the ropes, why not do it once but cover both jobs, where it again, if it does rain or if it does get windy, then it's ready to go. Not just setting it up for wind and then getting rain and then having to put more pegs and ropes out. So I'll take you through that and show you what that looks like as well. So yeah, as I was saying, guys, so if I wanted to peg that down now, I pull the rope off, I peg down here, so I peg down here. That then allows sufficient runoff in the event of rain. So again, it also secures it. Puts weight down on the arms. So, you know, again, if I run the 3 out, peg them down, so we've got the water run off, that also adds the additional support to hold the arm down in really strong winds. So again, gale force winds, yeah, look, you might want to go and run some more. But for everyday use, this is what I found is the best, easiest way to do it. And again, like I've done with everything, I want this to be fast and enjoyable, but still serve the purpose. So that's all I do now. Is if I'm just pulling up and there's no wind, then we just set it up as is. I just throw the ropes up on the roof, and it's full clear. There's no pegs, no poles, no ropes to get in your way. So on the poles, I'm sure everyone's seen that the poles just drop down like this. So you undo the Velcro, poles drop down, and you tie them up like that to whatever height you want. And again, it's fast and easy to do that, don't get me wrong. They're there always if I ever need to do that, but I've just found that I don't need to do that anymore. So I leave them up. Again, no ropes to trip over. If it's looking a bit windy, or it's looking like, hey, we may get some rain, then yeah, I'll run the 3 ropes, 3 pegs, and I'm done. Nice, simple, easy. And then, you know, come pack up time, it's quick and easy and simple. The other thing here with the 270, for anyone who's got trade canopy set up like this, so again, full clearance and access for your doors to open up there without touching. You know, plenty of distance between your uprights and your canopy doors here and here. On some of the other awnings where they got pivot points, you'll have arms that run across on angles, and that can rub on your door, or you've got to adjust your door, then you've got to duck your head to get in and under. So, you know, with this setup, couldn't be happier with that. Like I said, twin points here, a little side flap here, which really doesn't add much value, if I'm honest. It will protect it, blocks a little bit of sun, a little bit additional rain and wind if need be. But again, the quality of the zips and the tags are brilliant. Like I said, fully reinforced points here where everything's joined on. I've not had any leaks. And again, can't sort of rate this highly enough. again, you can see here around the back. So again, we can pull the, so again around here on the back, I've got that lock, but we can pull that rear drawer out, set the gas cooker or the Weber up. We can cook here undercover from the elements, no issues at all. Cook around here, sit around here, fully covered by the elements. So I think they're not sold as a freestanding unit, but I find that I'm able to use this more and more every day as a freestanding unit, which really has just made this awning so much more valuable to me. Because honestly, I know I've mentioned in other videos, I was thinking about potentially upgrading to, I like the look of the Bush Company XT Max 270, but it's like, I think it's about $2.5 grand just for the awning, and I haven't looked at wall kits or anything like that. So it's definitely the next step up for sure around strength and being freestanding. But even then, you know, I think in really severe conditions, I wouldn't be comfortable unless I pegged it down anyway. So I'm now reconsidering my initial thoughts about whether or not I wanted to upgrade. I think I like this more and more each time I use it. And like I said, now that I've customized my setup around having the ropes permanently tied on for rain or wind, chuck them up if they're not needed. So again, today I'm not using it, so man, chuck it up the top, it's out of the way. You've got full clear areas through here, you know. So guys, that's my thoughts. Again, it's not cheap awning by any stretch of imagination. I think I purchased this, like I said, probably close to 2 years ago now. I would have paid, I think it's $1,100, maybe $1,200 for the actual awning itself with the bracketry. Comes with the bracketry to install. It's pretty universal. But then the wall kit's separate. Well, you can buy it all together, which obviously is a little bit cheaper, but I purchased the awning first, and then I purchased sort of a wall once a month just to sort of break the cost up a little bit. I'm a bit of a, I wouldn't say I'm a tight ass, but anyway, I just felt that, you know, that was a better way for me to do it. So the 3 walls, I think, again, comes up to around about $750, $800. So you're not going to get much change out of 2 grand, you know, so somewhere in between 1,800 to 2 grand, depending on whether or not you go all the walls or just the main couple of walls. So that's been my experience with it. But like I said, 3 months ago even, you know, you'd asked me what's my long-term plans. It was to upgrade this. Now, not so the case. I'm very happy with it, and it's probably going to stay in the family a lot longer than I had anticipated. And I think it's definitely going to be up to the test of time. But hey, let's see how it goes over the sort of 3-week trip out across the desert and that sort of stuff. So we'll touch back in during that trip, give you a look at it, let you know if there's anything else that's come up. But at the moment, I can't fault it. You know, there's a good breeze getting up there now, but as you can see, this thing's not even moving. And look, that's what it's all about, you know. So any of the pros that I've seen with the Bush Company, I can't see where I'd be getting any additional advantage right now, just apart from, you know, I just think the gusseted strength that they have on the Bush Company awnings is far superior to this. But again, right now, they're doing the job. No issues at all. Just a quick update, we did go away at Easter when we did have some steady rain After a day or two of the steady rain, we did start to get some slight leakage through the stitching. Nothing too dramatic, but more annoying than anything. So just for full disclosure, wanted to provide this as an update since this occurred after I shot this video. So the only piece of criticism or improvement I think they could make here, and something that could be improved, is the bag. As with a lot of them, the bag is just big enough to wrap it back in. The more you do it, the easier it becomes, but again, it's still not as easy as it could be, particularly now with the new ones coming out. Everyone's making the bags plenty big enough, so I'm not sure if they've addressed that in new models or anything like that, but again, packs up, there's no issues with it. It's just a little bit harder than what it needs to be, and if that bag was just a 1 inch bigger, it would be so much simpler. So I hope you found that informative, and if you're out in the market for a 270-degree awning, yeah, hope that helps you make your decision. Thanks again, guys. Love it if you could, if you enjoyed, give us a like. If you haven't subscribed, I really appreciate that too. We don't, I think it's only about 3% of all of our views only come from people that are subscribed. So look, if you're one of those people that jumping on, having a look on a regular basis, then look, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe. Hit the notifications to get notified when new content comes out. And until next time, get out there and enjoy. Cheers.